Hello, today we're going to look at the Pages app using VoiceOver on my MacBook Pro. Pages app is a word processor that was developed by Apple, and Apple marks this app as an easy way to use the app to quickly create documents on their devices. We're going to learn how to open, create, and save a document on the Pages app, and then we're going to look at the accessibility. First, we're going to open VoiceOver by going to the shortcut command for Command F5.
VoiceOver on Finder, desktop, spec 700.
We're going to go down to the dock, find the Pages app, open it by hitting the return button.
Finder, desktop, pages, choose the template, window, templates, scroll area.
We can go through this to find a blank document by hitting tab. And when we find a blank document, we're going to select it by hitting return. When you create a new document, you'll be placed in a box in which you'll be typing. And then if there's a word that I misspelled, the correct spelling will show up underneath, and I can use my up and down arrows to go to it, and I can go to left or right to select it, or actually to select it I would hit the return button, and there it is. In Pages you can write as you would normally in Safari or Messages. To save it, I'll go to Command S.
Save in dialog.
I would title my document.
Untitled. Content selected. Save as 6 A H. Yeah. S H O L. School.
Tab through until I get to save and hit return.
Edit text insertion and end the text. Format text quickly by VoiceOver.
And there I have it. But as far as in looking at accessibility, I would look at perceivable, whether or not this app is perceivable, and for most features and information to a user who requires non-vision or low vision access, I do think that this app is perceivable. I think you absolutely have to know how to use the shortcut commands in order for this to happen.
VoiceOver help menu 6 items.
There's a VoiceOver help menu.
Commands help menu 13
and then there's a commands help menu that actually definitely helps me through this app. The information would not be perceivable if I did not know the shortcut commands from previous knowledge. It's looking at if it's operable. I have the shortcut commands using VoiceOver with a fresh reference sheet for guidance, but Pages can be operated and navigated pretty easily if I have this, as I said before.
Body, edit text insertion and end of text. I love school.
But thankfully I had a lot of help options, help for VoiceOver and help for commands that helped me through this. For understandable, the app itself was understandable in knowing and creating documents. The Pages app does exactly what Apple designed the app to do, which is quickly create documents on any device, and this was possible. For it being robust, it is pretty flexible with as far as the product goes. It can be used across a variety of different tools, such as mobile and desktop devices. The app can also be used with different operating systems, such as the iPhone or the iPad or the iPod Touch. For accessibility rating, I have mixed reviews personally on how to rate accessibility on this product, because it all really depends on your previous knowledge with VoiceOver and shortcut commands. The advantages to the Pages app are that it's really a good app for word processing if you already know how to use VoiceOver. The good news is that there is a book out there called My Back Pages. It's a VoiceOver guide to word processing, and this is a great book. It gives you a lot of details on the basic setup, document creation, spell checking, saving, printing, and other tips and tricks. And then it also talks about advanced functions, and this book really is something good to have with this app, but you do have to purchase it, so that's a disadvantage. constraints to this app would not be that it would not be a good app to use in order to learn how to use VoiceOver. You actually would have to be familiar with all the VoiceOver and shortcut commands. And then in knowing about word processing skills and editing skills are also a must in order for this to be useful. Some strategies I think would work better is I think that it would be a lot easier if there was a quick reference guide for using VoiceOver, or even a YouTube tutorial for this exact need. It would also be useful to have a quick access to helpful hints to the advanced functions and other useful tips. A quick user tutorial on how to use the app might also be helpful as well. I can use Command Q to quit and get out. And if I want to quit using VoiceOver, I just go to Command F5. As far as implementation goes, I think it would absolutely be necessary to know word processing skills and comfortability with VoiceOver in general, and basic commands in order to fully take advantage of what Pages app has to offer. And then you also really have to know word processing skills, and general editing skills to create documents. I think it would be useful to know at least how to indent or center a document when creating it. I think that's necessary, and as I said before, I think it would be useful if the app had a quick start tutorial to navigate through the app using such editing features, because when you first get to a new document, you're just led to a blank document with a text box and no other direction. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.